she doesn't. She's doing Mazel Tov. So she get free.
You get 2 for Mazel Tov and 2 for these.
That's not fair to us. We double duty. They never got anything. Flirt, we just got 2.
That's not true. Extra special talent.
You have a complaint over here, Cantor. So, Jody.
The show ring service, well, we were also Mazel Tov December 2nd.
Shoshani. You're in Shoshani.
But did you tell Rabbi specifically?
I said I double duty. Still gave me 2.
We'll have to review the policy.
I think we'll have to review the policy.
I don't think we're doing stickers on Sunday.
But we're not doing stickers on Sunday anyways.
Do you do a wrap?
No. They arrive here at 10:30, get everyone seated, and sing a couple songs, and then get everyone started to do the spiel, and then get it on. Off to the
Costume, no big deal.
It's a small place, too.
Yes, teens and 20s.
That's right. Those are two. I wonder if the rabbi's going to watch live stream. Is it? Oh. That's right, exactly.
This is easier than ones that I had to do like all that way. I was going with my, my iPad up here. I had my foot pedal for the iPad with the slides and doing all the introductions and stuff. Danny's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 3 months ago. So exactly.
Shall I join you?
No, not exactly.
Yes.
I'm going to see what it's like to sit in the rabbi's seat.
Am I sitting next to you or am I on this side?
Wherever you feel comfortable doing.
It's up to you. I'm gonna be.
Microphone for you, so you should block a shot.
All right.
I feel more comfortable in my seat. Too much pressure to sit in.
You're practicing for when you're on my teaching staff?
That's right. I told her in 7 years.
You'll work at her congregation?
I will work for her congregation. Up here. Provided that she's and provided she's the judge. She's the judge.
Well, wait.
Qualifications. And then I don't have to teach on something.
So you're making a lot of sense. At the Civic, I know where they don't have service. They did cash around. So, and then Hebrew on Thursdays. So we can make it work.
Okay. You're the boss.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna change this like that. I can change it. I'm actually going to service it. That's good. Huh. So I will be and one of my former Russians on camp also no, six.
Probably the same place to be.
Safe everywhere, safe is safe. I'm going everywhere in Asia except for China and India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. I'm doing Japan, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. You're welcome to join me. I'm looking for people to hang out with me.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I think we can do better. Shabbat Shalom. There we go. That's more like it. It's good to be with you tonight for our family service led by our 4th grade class, Mechina. They've been working hard. I'm excited to share the bima with them this evening, and also with Phil and with Danny, who is our rabbinic intern for this Shabbat. And I'll invite our mazel tones to come on up as well to welcome us in, to get ready to spend Shabbat together. Here we go. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad. All right, thank you, mazel tones. I'd like to, she's already on her way. I'm going to invite Danny to come on over to light our Shabbat candles this evening.
It's always the most stressful part of the service. Yeah, that would be great. Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own way, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Oh no, I take the whole thing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Let's do the fun. Go back. Oh, blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Now that we've welcomed Shabbat, take a moment to wish Shabbat Shalom to somebody nearby or across the way. Give someone a wave. Shabbat Shalom. We'll continue to welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat, nekabla, lecha Dodi, likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nekabla, nekabla. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom umevorach. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla, nekabla. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabla, nekabla.
We now continue with page 145. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways.
We rise now for our call to worship the Baruch Hu.
We now continue with page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim bechochma poteach sha'arim uvitvuna meshana yitim umachalif et hazmanim umesader et hakohavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or uma'avir yom umevi Lila umavedir deal Bain Yom Uvain Lila Adonai Savon Tvot Shemo El Chai Vekayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hama Ariv Aravim.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time, and changes the seasons. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the others. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai ma'ariv aravim.
We continue on page 150. Ahavat olam, Beit Israel, amcha ahavta, Torah umitzvot, hukim umishpatim, otanu limadta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shachbenu uvkumenu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, umitzvotecha leolam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu v'orech yamenu, uvachem negeh yomam v'layla. V'achavatcha ki al tasir mimenu leolamim, Baruch atah Adonai ochev amo Yisrael. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, ochev amo Yisrael.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael v'ha'olam. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto leolam va'ed.
Please be seated. We now continue with page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha v'hayu hadevarim ha'ela asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shokmecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'chayu le'totafot beinanecha u'tatam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם
continue responsibly. In a world torn by voices and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say Adonai. There is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to our way, inspired by
Instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in the dark ages our vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue faith.
Nations will be one and at peace.
Peace.
Then shall
Shall
rejoice
we
as Israel did, singing
sing
on the shores of the sea.
Mi kamoha ba'alim Adonai, mi kamoha ne'adar ba'kodesh, nora tehilo ose fele, melikotita yam lifne Moshe Umiriam. Ze Eli Anu Ve'amru Adonai. Yimloch Le'alam Va'ed. Vene Edmar Ki Fada Adonai At Et Yaakov Uge Lov Miyat Chaza Mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gaal Yisrael. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Gaal Yisrael.
Very nice. Song of praise indeed. And I'm going to invite our mazel tones to line up for a fun rendition of our Mi Chamocha. I think everyone's there. Here we go. Standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha. Standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha. Standing at the sea, Mi Chamocha. Freedom's on our way. Singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha. Singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha. Singing and dancing, Mi Chamocha. Freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. The sea she parts, Mi Chamocha. The sea she parts, Mi Chamocha. The sea she parts, Mi Chamocha. Freedom's on our way. Walking walking through the water. Michamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. On the other side, Michamocha, on the other side, Michamocha, on the other side, Michamocha, freedom's on our way. One God, Michamocha, one God, Michamocha, one God, Michamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. Standing at the sea, Michamocha, standing at the sea, Michamocha, standing at the sea, Michamocha, freedom's on our way. Singing and dancing, Michamocha, singing and dancing, Michamocha, singing and dancing, Michamocha, freedom's on our way. Freedom, 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 freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way. Freedom's on our way. Thank you, Mazel Tones.
Please join me on page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let there be peace and friendship. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with God's companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity. In our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rest up, waiting to do your will.
We continue on page 162. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat la'asot et Hashabbat l'doratam barit olam. Beni yuvein b'nei Yisrael ot hi le'olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashmaim ve'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God ceased from work and was refreshed.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Continue now with our Amidah. I invite you to please rise if you are able. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Eloheinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Ara, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol, Hagivor, Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim, Tovim, Yoreh, Achol, V'her hasterot v'imahot u'mevi geula livneihem l'ha'an roshara Mashiach again Haru atah Adonai again Abraham v'Ezra Sarah.
Ata gibor le'olam Adonai, mehaye hakol ata rav le'oshia, me'ashiva ruach u'moi hagashem, mehalel hayi behesed, mehaye hakol v'rahamim rabim, tomech noflim v'rover holy, u'matir asurim, Emanu-El lishenei afar mihamoha ba'agivurot umido melach me'mi v'umechayeh umat miyak Yeshua v'ne'emonata le'hachayot hakol baruch atah Adonai
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated.
Days pass and years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when and when your presence like lightning illuminates the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see whenever we gaze that the bush burns unconsumed, and help us to see whatever and we clay touched by God will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe in this place, and we did not know it.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise.
Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
You are with us in our prayer, in our love and our doubt, in our longing to feel your presence and do your will. You are still clearer voice within us. Therefore, O God, when doubt troubles us, when anxiety makes us tremble, when pain clouds the mind, we look inward for the answer to our prayers. There may we find you, and there find courage, insight, and endurance. And let our worship bring us closer to one another, that all Israel and all who seek you may find strength for your service. Baruch atah Adonai se'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avda.
God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai hatov shimcha ulecha Na'eh lehov dovt.
Amen.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amecha. Tashim le'olam ki ata hu melech adon lechal hasalom v'tov be'einecha yevarech et amecha Yisrael bechol eit Uvechol sha'a bishlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace.
and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. 3. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. B'tov beinecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael b'chol Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamevarech et amo Yisrael bet haolam b'shalom. So in just a moment, I'm going to invite Danny up here to share some words of Torah with us, but I couldn't let this moment go by because our fourth grade class, Mechina, has done such an amazing job this evening. Give a little silent applause here. And I believe that it was their first time leading a service here. And that calls for a Shehechianu. So let's all join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And a big kol hakavod to you. Amazing job, Mechina. And now I'll invite their wonderful teacher, Danny, to share some words of Torah with us this evening.
Do you think I need a stool or no?
Let's adjust the mic for you too.
Thank you. I don't know. I don't want to break it. I'm really good at breaking microphones. What an incredible service that was for me, sitting on the bima, looking and smiling at you all. And I must say, you're all dressed very, very beautifully. I love the purple and the white, and they've got some matching pink puffer jackets. And I'll tell you in a minute why I'm commenting on what they're wearing. But before we start that, I want to tell you what we do in our class every week, because we have Sunday school. These are my students. We have a great time. And in addition to having a great time, we talk about what's going on in the Torah. So in the first two books of the Torah, in Genesis, Bereshit, and Exodus, Shemot. And every week we come to class and we ask the same three questions. First question, what is this Torah portion about? What happens in it? What's going on? Second question, why does the Torah bother to include this? And third question, why should I care, right? Torah was written 2,000 years ago. I'm 9 years old or 10 years old, and I live in California. Why is this relevant to me at all? And this week's Torah portion, Tetzaveh, is, in my personal opinion, about as dry as you can get. In painstaking detail, our Torah is telling us the instructions for creating the priestly garments, so the things that the guys in the temple were wearing, the clothes worn by the religious leaders when they were doing their job. And it tells us about the weaving and the embroidery and the breastplates and the ephods, whatever that is, and the precious metals and the valuable fabrics and the gemstones and all of these fun things. And if you walked in off the street in the middle of that Torah reading, you might think that you walked into like a fashion lesson. It's very, very technical details. So that's the answer to part one. What is this Torah portion about? The priestly garments. And at first glance, it seems pretty boring. But our rabbis teach that every letter and every word in our Torah is holy and intentional and important. So why does our Torah include these instructions? To answer that question, you have to know how important the priests were, right? They're just like our rabbis today, doing a little spin around. And the priests during the time of the Torah were the spiritual leaders of their community. They were kind of big shots. And our Torah says that they should wear these fancy clothes. They have this phrase, likavod ulitiferet, for honor and for beauty. By dressing to impress, just like our students did tonight, the priests showed the respect and the care that they put into their holy duties. So last question, right? Question number 3. Torah was written 2,000 years ago. Why do I care about what these guys wore, right? Because I've never seen Rabbi Magat show up to services wearing a breastplate and an ephod and a sash and a hat thing, headdress. But I've also never seen him show up to lead services wearing sweatpants. So today we might not have, sometimes Hebrew school, but not usually Shabbat services or Yom Kippur services. So even today we don't have these specific, really heavy, clunky priestly garments, but we still wear clothing that demonstrates the respect that we have for our responsibilities. Priests dressed in the proper attire, and they also performed their duties seriously and carefully. And the same applies to what happened in our Shabbat service this evening. Yes, our students are all beautifully dressed. They look fantastic. But what we don't see in the way that they look right now is the hours of time that they spent in their classroom learning about the Torah portions, learning the Hebrew alphabet, the hours that they spent at home learning these prayers and practicing diligently. You also don't necessarily see the respect that they show for one another, how kind they are, how open with their hearts and their minds they are to learning and to being friends with one another, and how you did actually see how they carried themselves with confidence and with pride on this bima. And I just was sitting there with Phil, and I was just absolutely excelling there. They did a great job. And I'm so beyond proud. Leading a service is no easy task, especially when you're a 9-year-old 2,000 years after the Torah was written. And just like the priests in our Torah, our students did their jobs tonight with kavod and with tiferet, with honor and with beauty. So we're going to take a minute now to have a little silent meditation as we enter into this Shabbat. I want you to think about the ways that you can approach the roles in your lives as parents, as siblings, co-workers, employees, friends, with that kavod and that tiferet, the honor and the beauty, the care and the respect for what you do. Shabbat Shalom. We now turn our thoughts to the people for whom we are asking blessings of healing this night, a refuah shlema, a complete healing of the body and the heart and the soul. Tonight, we ask for healing for Janet Argovich, Sally Ermenderiz, Hannah Bat Miriam, Bobby Barco, Bob Bell, Robert Berg, Arnold Berliner, Sandy Bienstock, Carol Brindel, Rich Burns, Ina Bruns, Julian Cannell, Melissa Champer, Chu Chi, Talia Soralski, Deanna Courtright, David and Midori Dierig, Henry Hansen, Jenna Fischhoff-Hyman, Carolyn Franklin, Holly Fugit, Marilyn Fuller, Roberta Gabriel, Josie Garcia, Marcia Gieser, Charlene Griffin, Jack Hoff, Olivia Hand, Linda Harris, Dr. Gary Height, Jennifer Johnson, Mimi Jones, Arlene German, Sylvia Karp, Evelyn Katz-McCosker, Shirley Lerner, Carol Lesage, Bobby Lotman, Emmett Lowry, Austin Lucero, Janice Lucero, Gerald Maddox, Missy Marsh, Stephen Mosseri, Rich McCarthy, Maria McClure, Neil McElwee, Rich Meador, Beverly Meador, Gunther Myberg, Lawrence Neal, Barbara Wanamaker-Neiman, Glenn Overstreet, Gilbert Palazzo, Brad Parkins, Gabrielle Pollock, Heidi Preston, Sherry Prezant, Stephanie Rasmussen, Linda Rogers, Julius Rodriguez, Iva Rose, Davin Rose, Ross, Patricia A. Rossi, Anthony Sains, Daryl Sanchez, Laura Sanders, Glenn Sanders, Victoria Schneider, Nina Shapiro, Shirley Silverman, Jonathan Stern, Donna Tiemann, Gina Thrower, Kara Thayer, Steve Umecki, Sarah Vogler, Jean Watson, Nancy Wiesenfeld, Eleanor Williams, Sue Winton, Brenda Weinstock, David Weiner, Sherman Wong, Yaakov Ben Ida, Brandon Yarkin, and everyone suffering from COVID-19. If you have any names that you would like to add to this list, you may say them aloud right now as we pray for all of those for a refuah shlema.
Mi sheberach avoteinu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Okay, we've arrived at that special time. But before, it's loud. Okay. Before we get to celebrating our March birthdays, I also want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Danny, our lovely teacher of this grade, as well as her madrichot, Jordan and Lily. As Danny said, it does take a lot of preparation. It does take a lot of oomph to get up here and to do what you just did for your first time. and lots of preparation actually happens behind the scenes. And one of the best parts of the job that I have is that not only do I get to see what is being prepared in all the classrooms and all the hard work that the teachers are doing, but also I get to teach the teachers, and to see the growth and the development of Danny over the last 3 years. She actually is a college student at UC Berkeley, and she drives down here to come and work with us and to work with our kids and our teenagers every Sunday and also during the week. And it's a special blessing that she actually is headed off to rabbinical school. She's been accepted to rabbinical school, so she also has been doing some other work for us as a education intern and as a rabbinic intern over the last number of years. So I just want to say thank you again to Danny and the work that she does. And nice job, everybody. All right, should be very proud of yourselves. So with that, all of you that have March birthdays, come forward, please. We want to celebrate you, no matter how young or young at heart that you are. Please, because I have a special gift for you at the end. Come on up, all the way, all the way. There's got to be more March birthdays than that, no? No, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, because stay up here while we sing some blessings. Yes, Cantor? All right, B'ivrit first. Yes? Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Oh yes. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. And what did they all receive? Their very own birthday pencil. That's right. Keep it with you. That's right. Use it in good health, as they say.
We have 3 copies of you.
Yes. And with that, we now invite our VP of Education and also one of our teachers, Sherry Wiesner.
And your board rep for tonight. Oop. This has been tricky tonight, hasn't it? Okay, I'm not going to touch. Well, Shabbat Shalom. My name is Sherry Wiesner, and on behalf of our Board of Trustees, I'd like to welcome you to our family Erev Shabbat service led by Cantor Shafritz, students from our Mechina class, and our wonderful Morah Danny, who I love working with every week also. Following the service, please join us for Kiddush, Hamotzi, and Oneg in the Temple House. Today's Oneg is sponsored by Temple Emanu-El and the Mechina class families. This Sunday, starting at 9:30, join us in costume to celebrate Purim with our annual spiel and carnival. Brotherhood will be providing lunch for $5 per person, and Sisterhood will be selling yummy Hamantaschen. Members expect delivery of your Mishloah Mano bags packed by our confirmation class at your doorstep by Tuesday, but all of you who are here now can pick yours up tonight or on Sunday. If you do pick yours up in person, please be sure your name is checked off the delivery list. A big thanks to our 25 delivery team members. For you book lovers, the next Jewish nonfiction book club discussion on Sunday at 7 p.m. will be on Born to Kvetch by Michael Wex. And our next Sefer Club meeting will be on Sunday, March 12th at 5 p.m. on the book Kosher Soul, The Faith and Food Journey of an African-American Jew. Don't miss out on these great reads. Both discussions are on Zoom. Please register to get your link. Monday evening, we hope to see all you adults for an evening of fun and frivolity. It's not often I use that word. Fun and frivolity at our Adult Purim celebration and Megillah reading at 6 p.m.
I still need 2 more Megillah readers.
Oh, we need 2 more Megillah readers.
In English.
In English.
In English, okay. We will provide pizza. Come in costume and bring drinks for everyone to share. On Tuesday, the rabbi is back for his weekly chat. On Wednesday at noon, join the rabbi for lunch and learn, either in person or on Zoom. Hope to see you next Friday at our Erev Shabbat service at 7 p.m. Shabbat Shalom.
Lots going on this weekend. Lots and lots of fun for Purim. All right. You want to come up to the ark with me, Matt? Yes. Perfect. And with that, we will rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tet gedula le'otzer breshit, shehu noteh shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikaro b'shamayim himal, u'shchinatu zo b'govhei meromim, u'Eloheinu ein od, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה Ushmo, Ushmo, Ushmo Echad. Our thoughts turn now to those in our lives who are no longer with us, but that we are remembering this Shabbat and always. And the custom here is, upon hearing the name of your loved one, to please rise if you so choose. We're in the period of Shiva, the first week of mourning, for Joan Singer and Ruth Rosenberg. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days, for Harold Fletcher. And we're in the first year of mourning for Dr. Ed Kahn, Dr. Michael Kahn, Eldon Chernis, Robert DeNike, Mervyn Durlester, Rhoda Edwards, Betty Fargo, Nessia Fistrom, Curtis Given, Fritz Gottfeld, Jacqueline Hall, James Hayward, Gail Jacobs, Walter Jacobs, Laura Jacobson, Steve Koss, Sylvia Lazarus, Bobby Lebo, Bernie Levine, Rita Lauren, Emmanuel Marquis, Rochelle Marquis, Joyce Mendel, Harvey Offenhartz, Janice Palmer, Thomas Parkins, Herman W. Poland, Gladys Popolo, Mitzi Sapper, Randall Shev, Judy Siegel, Norman Siegler, Dr. William Silin, and Howard Sutkin. We also remember the yahrzeits of those who have died at this time in years past. Lillian R. Ackerman, Ann Altman, Sonia Block, Mimi Bloom, Herbert Bloomer, Richard Buriesi, Gail Kahn, Joshua Cohen, Maida Kosman, Arlene Barbara Crystal, Ida Dwoskin, Maurice Engelman, Glenn Farber, Shirley Furman, Ben Finkel, Bertha Gieser, Leo Gordon, Henry Green, Rose Greenberg, Maury Gross, Susan Hammer, Shirley Ash Handloff, Leon Hoffman, Henry Hoffheimer, Lena Jaffe, Mary Ann Keisel, Sydney Kopner, Lena Kowalski, Nell Kuhn-Levy, Theodore Levin, Rabbi David Leib, Shirley Levine, Harold Levine, Harry Levine, Gerald Levitt, Martin Levitt, Joseph Lutvak, Gail Lutvak, Jeanette Lutvak, Anna McDonald, Louise Manning, Frances Etta Meyerson, Alfred McKellis, David Mintz, Sam and Henrietta Mincer, Ruth Morrison, Meyer Novak, Faye Pangilinan, Lillian Pollock, Bernard Jack Pollock, Mildred Portner, Miriam Mickey Prezant-Looper, Nathaniel Ratner, Mela S. Rower, Alvin Ravel, George Rittenberg, Fred Rubin, Esther Sachs, Eunice Sachs, Samuel Reuben Shore, Manon S. Shields, Ann Sibby, Sid Silverman, Lee Robert Silverman, Emma Simon, Herb Slavitt, Ann Sogolo, M. David Stein, Gregory Tenenbaum, Phil Torin, Marilyn Torgerson, David Unterman, Bernard Verschup, William Wyman, Henry I. Weinstein, and Margaret Winnig. We join all of those who are standing as one congregation as we prepare to recite the words of Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Please be seated. Unless you're a mazel tov. And just once again, a huge thank you and kol hakavod, yasher koach, to everyone who participated in our wonderful service this evening. It's been fabulous worshiping with you tonight. We'll end with some more words of peace. We always need peace everywhere on earth, but with this one, actually, particularly thinking about peace in Israel right now. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. All right, if you are a child and you have a parent or grandparent or a guardian or close family friend, whoever you are here with this evening, go see them, go sit with them. And in just a moment, we'll all join together in the temple house for oneg, for kiddush and motzi. But we'll conclude tonight with some words of blessing. So if you are with a child this evening of any age, I invite you to lay your hands upon them and repeat after me. Yisimchol Elohim Kisara Rivka Rachel, Leah, Ephraim, Manasseh. May you be inspired to live in the tradition of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, Leah, Ephraim, and Manasseh, who carried forward the life of our people. Be who you are, and may you be blessed in all that you are. And I would be remiss if I didn't ask the children to put their hands upon their parents and say, I think you know what's coming, I love you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We'll see you for Oneg in just a few moments.
Another one in the books. Yes. Let's take them back together. Wait, help me. I'm really, really glad you came. You did beautifully, and I'm very proud of you.
She's impressive.
That was really impressive. That was a great little bar she did.
And she just wrote it.